Shalom. The Torah expects us to understand that when it says something, it's talking about many things at once. So when it talks about things like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, it's not just talking about three elders in the ancient world. It's talking about archetype personalities. And the Kabbalah is full of archetype personalities because that's how God created the human race. He started with one archetype, Adam and Chava, right? The primordial man and woman. But those archetypes spread out through the generations and expanded. There wasn't just one master form of man. There became many personalities. Well, that same principle applies to nations. Each nation has its personality. And each personality of each nation is based on what its job is and what its resources are and what its geography is and what its weather is like. Because all of these aspects influence a nation into becoming itself. Pretty easy to grasp, right? So the Torah has archetype personalities and archetype nations, and it's doing that to make us aware that what happened will be, and what was will happen again. Because the repetitive nature of human existence, human behavior, international relations, that repetitive nature keeps rolling over and over through the generations. The same story keeps happening. Good and evil keep meeting somewhere and have a fight out, And so what we're looking at now is the archetype nation called Rome, which is the Western world. That's how it's expanded over time. And the archetype nation called Ishmael, the first son of Abraham, the master of 12 great tribes that became nations unto themselves, who the Saudi Arabians claims they're from the original Ishmael. Now, whether any person can really claim genetically that he's on the straight track all the way back into the past, we'll leave that alone for now. But the idea still holds that the personalities of the Bible became nations of the Bible. And each of those nations has a job in revealing the presence. And even if that nation is hiding the presence, or even worse, using God's name and reputation and books for their own gain at the expense of the rest of the world. Why not threaten the world with a nuclear weapon if I can get away with it and make a lot of money? Well, so far so good. Iran and its subservience have made a lot of money in this war against Israel. Now, why is this war of Israel so big to them? What's rooted in their DNA that makes them want to kill us before they protect their own children? And they'll risk everything to kill a Jew. And they come out and say it. They're not ashamed of it, which is even more astounding that you can not be ashamed of promoting genocide against one of the great peoples of the world. The Jewish people are one of the great peoples of the world, let's face it, whether you like it or not. Whether we're 2%, 0.02% of the population in the world, whatever we are, we're here, and we're not going anywhere. But the whole structure of this archetype system is to teach us about that which was, will be. And so all you got to do is learn the book, and you'll know something about the future. And the more you learn the book, the more you'll see into the future. So today, we're going to do another class about the relationships between Ishmael, the first son of Abraham, Yitzhak, the second son, and the one who earned the right to be the progenitor of Judaism, the next forefather. And Ishmael and Isaac were only one generation, right? They were brothers. One was 13 years older. The next generation comes, new splitting. But the splitting doesn't remove the conflicts. It spreads the conflict out. And this is the deep wisdom of God, that if God sets up a boxing match, it has to be fair. He's God. So if the boxing match is between a country of 7 million Jews with another 7 million helping from outside the country versus 60, let's say 1.5 billion Muslims. Now, all Muslims are not in this war, but they're being Muslim at a time when Islam is attacking the world is a real metaphysical conundrum that they're going to have to go through. Are you going to choose right, or are you going to choose these insane people? Now, why are they insane? That's another question we're going to have to talk about. But I want to bless all of you today to understand the structure of the Torah, to understand there's pyramids within pyramids of these people that became nations, that became whole collections of nations, which Rome is. Not just one country. Rome is gone. Rome is a city in Italy. But the ancient model, the archetype of Rome, came from Edom, who was the son of Esav. And Esav, of course, was the rebellious twin brother of Isaac. And so they got some work to clean up. And guess who's cleaning it up? We are. The good side of Esav has to go against the bad side of Esav, and the good side of the Jews has to defeat the bad side of the Jews, because that way everybody does their job. And God is very happy when we do our job, because it's so hard down here in this world of darkness. Up there they see everything and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that it's still going on with this. But we're going to talk more about this setup of the redemption that's happening through the self-destruction of Ishmael with the help of Esav. And these people became concepts that represent millions of people today. But the truth is still the truth. And that's why the Bible is the Bible. It's not going anywhere. You can interpret whatever you want. You can say what you want about Islam and Christianity and Hindu and Buddhism and everything. But the facts are on the ground, folks. The Jewish people are bringing the redemption not just to themselves, but to the entire world. Let's see it soon. Well, it's happening day by day, just piece by piece. We got to be satisfied with the little pieces. But once Tehran falls, and once Iran is sunk into its own creation, the rest of the world will move forward, and perhaps they'll have a choice. Perhaps. Now, according to the next class I'm going to give shortly, they're not going to have much choice, because the prophecy of Paras in Yalkut Shimoni says that they're going to sink everybody with them. Now, do we want that? Of course not. So the next class, we're going to deal with that question. God bless.